What's going on, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back today playing some more Darkest Dungeon. I've done some preparing off screen. Let's go ahead and check the blacksmith real quick. Alright, we're good to go there. We're going to try and take on a Shrieker. And for that, we're going to want to make sure that all of our stuff is upgraded. We need as much accuracy as we can get. We'll talk about why in a little bit. Skibo. We're basically just going to be using Hound's Rush for this fight. Everything else really isn't relevant, but we might as well upgrade it now while we're thinking about it. We need our vulnerability hex strong as possible. May as well upgrade our heal as well. Aim shots, super important for this battle. So are our marks. Upgrade the heal and the sidearm, I suppose. I may as well upgrade buckshot too while I'm at it. So, guys, we're fighting the Shrieker. Unfortunately, it appears in its strongest form as a champion level, the Horrid Shrieker. So I'm pretty sure it's because we've kind of skyrocketed our levels. We could have hung out at lower levels for a longer amount of time, and I think the Shrieker would have showed up in its weaker iterations. But the Horrid Shrieker, I believe, is the highest level Shrieker. And this fight is pretty unique in the game, in that you don't actually have to kill anything if you don't want to. All you have to do is survive. So the Shrieker steals items from your inventory. You kill it. If you destroy its nest, which is on the battlefield, you can get trinkets and gold and different things. If you kill the Shrieker, though, you get some very unique and powerful quirks called, I think they're called Corvid quirks. I have killed the Shrieker before, and I think I have that achievement unlocked already. It's pretty difficult to do, but the crew that we have here is going to be very apt to do it. So, the Shrieker itself is a beast, and also considered Eldritch. So we have the Eldritch Slayer's Ring on Stanley here. So, plus 25% damage versus Eldritch, and then because there's considered 100% Torchlight in the Shrieker battle, this item is pretty good as well. So it counters the negative dodge, but also gives us, you know, a little bit more dodge on top of that. We're also using Skibo here, Spike Collar. Bleed is very effective. It's one of the only effective status effects you can put onto the Shrieker. And just Martyr Seal to give him a little bit of extra HP, and perhaps to bolster him in case he ever arrives at death's door, which is possible because he won't be receiving a lot of healing. Healing is not the point of this battle if you are just trying to hurry up and burst down the Shrieker. Now on Zeke, Occultists are very good against Eldritch. Sacrificial Stab gives you bonus damage, so does Abyssal Artillery. And I think that's it. But we're mostly going to be trying to make this vulnerability hex stick. The Shrieker has really high dodge. So if we can make that stick, we should be able to do a ton of damage to it. It has no protection, just a ton of dodge. It's really hard to hit otherwise, and it attacks multiple times, like three attacks I think is what it gets. So, and then to counter the negative HP, we're going to give him the Life Crystal. Him going down to like the low 20s is just not good for this fight. The Shrieker can hurt. And then here we have the Ancestor's Candle. Once again, same logic. The Torchlight's 100%, so we're just getting all of these great buffs. And then the Focus Ring is going to make it so that we're pretty much guaranteed to hit. Our accuracy is very high. And with this, I think we're ready to go. We're going to try to be causing bleed if we can. We've got multiple effects of bleed. We've got multiple, ways of marking, and then lots of benefit from marking as well. So Hound's Rush does bleed. It does bonus damage versus beasts. It does, 100% damage versus marked. Plus he's got the 30% bleed skill chance here, 20% damage there. We're going to be looking for Skibo to do some great work here. Cannot retreat from this quest. Let's embark. And you get the dog treats, which also increase accuracy. So Houndmasters are, you could almost bring a full party of Houndmasters, 3 of them at least. Someone else probably in the front row. And you'd be fine. I don't think you need anything like torches or anything like that, but you do want to bring holy water. And I don't remember how much like blight and debuffs and stuff it applies. It's been quite some time for me. But we're going to apply holy water to everyone on the first turn. And we'll see if the torchlight does anything. I'm also tempted to take some laudanum. I feel like he probably causes horror, since that's been a thing. And stress is one of his main weapons here. If you don't kill him in time, he runs away, and that's still considered a victory. But we're going to try and kill the Shrieker instead of just killing the nest. So let's go for it. The Shrieker's call is almost unbearable to human ears. This tree reminds me of the horrific tree from the 300. Yeah. If you've ever seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. Here we go. So the nest has 123 HP. The Shrieker has 154, but look at its dodge, 63 dodge. So we're going to try and lower it. And we miss. So check out all of his actions. His blight resistance is enormous. We've got to mark him. That'll last 3 rounds. Okay, I totally forgot to apply our holy water. Let's make sure I do that before I make any more mistakes. Stack that bleed.
Death waits.
That is huge.
For the slightest lapse in concentration. Exposed
Multiple
to a killing
crits.
blow.
We may actually want to heal that. Okay, once again. Oh my god, I misclicked. I was trying to click off of that, but the hitbox on this nest is huge. Oh my god, that was a huge mistake. Oh man. I guess we should just be trying to go for the sacrificial stab.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Okay, we're having a bad time. The problem is he's going so much that we're not actually getting able to make use of the mark. That was an excellent crit. We needed that. The odds are he's gonna run.
Grievous injury. Palpable fear.
And we should have used... I was trying to use the dog biscuit and the attack. Now we need to heal. He might kill the occultist here.
More blood
God
soaks
damn
the
it.
soil. Feeding
Well, there
the
goes
evil
Zeke.
therein.
Let's just shoot it. At this point, we're kind of like screwed. We 100% need to get rid of that debuff. This is one of the most sloppy fights I've ever done, I think. But his speed has really been what's killed us. We could have definitely saved Zeke had he just been able to go first. And this thing critted us like crazy. Did I do it again? I totally did. I did not get rid of... Oh my god.
Breadth from becoming unwound.
She's at death's door. We could do this and in one, fell swoop get rid of both of those problems. We've really almost got him. If we hadn't have made so many misplays here, we might have been able to kill him.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism.
Damn it, that was
Or
awful.
cowardice.
My head was not in the game, I guess.
The walls
First thing
close
we
in.
needed to do was
The
use dog
shadows
treats on
whisper of
Skibo.
conspiracy.
We needed to put holy water on everyone. I should have been paying more attention. I was trying to talk instead
Prodigious
of doing
size
what I was
alone does not dissuade the sharpened
supposed to be
blade.
doing. What a mistake. What a series of mistakes. We could have easily killed the nest. And we got Corvid's blindness, which is one of the negative traits. You have a much higher chance of getting a positive trait if you kill the Shrieker. Damn it.
All my life I could feel an insistent gnawing in the back of my mind. It was a yearning, a thirst for discovery that could be neither numbed nor sated.
So our weekly event is the lights, the tumultuous currents, and the either bluster with extra vigor tonight. The comet particulates vibrate with extra intensity. Okay, particulates. So it wants us to go into the farmstead, which I feel like we honestly should do. 100% extra shards is a lot of extra shards. It greatly counters the negatives of having to pay the mercenaries. So we need
A
a
lawman and
Houndmaster for
his
sure.
faithful beast. A bond forged by battle and bloodshed.
We'll just... Okay. We can't take any more. Is there any one of these I would rather have? This is the... Look at this. Minus crit, minus range skills, minus speed. That's like everything bad you could want on that particular character. Kleptomaniac probably doesn't matter. Okay, well guys, obviously I'm a little aggravated by my poor performance in that fight. I think we had a chance there, and I think, first off, I needed to focus more. Secondly, I needed that thing not to crit like 6 times, which was pretty awful. I mean, he basically one-shotted our occultist from like 100 to 0.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
I feel so bad about that. We didn't lose our trinkets or anything, but it still wasn't a great fight. You end up getting the Callous Talon. Excuse me. As I've said before, you don't need to kill the Shrieker. You don't even need to kill the nest. Killing the nest would have been great, though. We would have gotten stuff at least. But you have to make the Raven itself want to flee. We just were not able to get the heals off in time. I mean, our equipment wasn't as good as it could be. That was probably part of the reason. Yeah, we just had such low health that even a single crit was enough to basically take out our occultist. So, with all that said, let us help out everyone with a little stress relief. Skibo will only drink. Stanley can gamble. That's fine. So it looks like we might be trying to do a longer farmstead run today, which I'm not against. Wasn't really what I was planning on doing, but sounds cool. I was hoping to knock out that Shrieker fight and do a good job, and then move up here and take out the Necromancer. Would not be excited to get another Candle of Life. Ancestor's Lantern. That's an item that we don't currently have. Also like the Blasphemous Vial on a Plague Doctor. The Plague Doctors really get the best items. All their items are almost like 100% positives, or they're easily counterable with other items. But if we're going to do this, we want a Houndmaster for stress relief. Let's check out these buffs. It says uses per battle 1 for bolster, which is super lame. That means we have to provision for those shard things. I don't like that. I think that's pretty unfun, mostly. I guess is my gripe with it. You can do some pretty cool stuff with a men-at-arms and a houndmaster, making use of dodge. Or a guard dog, rather. You use guard dog and you use defender. And you can get some really, really big buffs. I like having the stun. We definitely want command. It might just be crush that we don't need or want. Having a little bit of movement in this party would be great. So we kind of learned our lesson from last time. As good as these two abilities are, you only get them once unless you use the shards. Okay. And here, you definitely want this. The self-heal might not be as relevant, but if 3 of our characters have self-heal, then that means our Vestal can really focus on healing the man-at-arms. And if we're going to bring Riposte, having Defender makes a lot of sense. Something like that. So we can protect whoever needs it, and then we'll rely on our Riposte damage to do the damage. I think this is fine. I don't like not having a little bit of AoE with Hugh. Well, let's see what kind of items we want to equip them with. In the farmstead. Well, this one's easy. Let's give some healing. Extra healing there. Let's use the Ancestor Scroll here for extra stress heals. Something like that, perhaps. And then, since we're going to be relying on our leper to do the damage, we should definitely give him the Ancestor's Candle. And we can just go with straight protection here, which makes a lot of sense if we are... We don't quite need that there. It makes a lot of sense if we're going to be defending other people, that we increase our protection and reduce our stress, because he'll be taking a lot of hits. 73 HP on him. Trying to think if there's anything that would be better. It's nice to stack crit. Actually, this might be amazing. I don't know why I didn't think of this. There aren't any random hunger checks, so this is just like an enormous HP buff. I don't like all the added stress though, but the leper is someone who could heal his own stress. I think that's good. Just need to think about what we want here. Could just give him the camouflage cloak, plus 15 dodge. He's got minus 20% healing skills. Anything else we should know before we go in? Wow, okay. What's the name of that ability? Hot to Trot? Yeah, that's a good one. Slugger is awesome. Oh, he gets reduced healing from her. And this guy has serious stress issues. But he also has Twilight Dreamer. I think we're good to go. We're going to try this, guys. Hopefully I can redeem myself from that terrible fight. Yeah, that's provision. Take a few of those. Take a few of those. So we need shard dust. Which takes 3 of our actual shards. We'll take 2, depending on... We're going to see how long we can go. I honestly don't want to spend too many. But if the idea is to get further into the thing, to take more advantage of all the shards we're going to make, then this is kind of an investment. I don't think shovels do anything. Let's embark.
The poor miller. Thrice a victim. The seasons took his livelihood. I took his land. And now, uncountable years later, the comet has taken his humanity. My only regret is that I did not live to see that shoddy mill smashed to pieces by the miraculous bounty I reaped from beyond the void.
All right. Let's get in there. We're going to try and make it to the final boss of this place. In my own experience, it's pretty hard to make it past the final boss. Sometimes the final boss is just the dude that breaks the entire fight. Or your entire run, essentially. We see that he has riposte, but I want to get this thing out of here. We don't want to use bolster. I don't think we need it. We'll save it for the boss rounds. I hate that so much. I think the use of this thing is bad. I agree that it was probably slightly overused. Let's get the protection up right off the bat. We had a chance to kill it. Whatever. And the heal negates the riposte. Once again, we're just gonna be straight up chopping. He has a real weakness to stress that we need to be aware of. Our big weakness of our entire party, I was about to say, is our inability to move. We may have to think about that. Even giving one character the ability to move forward can be a lifesaver in these types of situations. So like the man-at-arms being able to scoot forward, for instance. And this is just as fine of a configuration as the others. Big hit. And we really want to get this riposte online.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And they're pretty easy to stun. 60% is not a huge chance to resist us. But he's going to do way more damage and riposte than he ever will using his actual attack.
Death waits for the slightest.
That's a much more problematic shuffle.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Nice.
The beast,
get rid of that plow horse. But we really want to attack that crystal aberration, but I don't think we can.
executed with impunity.
Huh. Well, we still got the heal. Thank you, Man-at-Arms, for being awesome.
A momentary abatement.
So we healed them.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
We'll keep guarding the Houndmaster. We're just gonna heal ourselves. We're gonna let this thing turn into a crystal that we can hit. So heal over time is a very strong ability, but it's not very strong if we haven't put any damage on them yet. And we don't have...
Gnawing uncertainty. The birthplace of dread.
We don't have her post up anymore. Yeah, we gotta move up. Can't stay back there forever. We could just keep him in the back and constantly use his buffs. There's an item that you can get that gives a ton of benefits to a Man-at-Arms in the back row. It's a shield. I forget the exact name of it, but it looks like his shield. Man, this group is so much weaker when you consider that we can't use what makes them strong. And we're going to be struggling to get rid of his stress.
Destroyed.
Alright. That's what we need. One of the best ways to keep stress down is to crit.
A powerful blow.
We get one. The more crits we can get, the better.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
If we landed that, we would have gotten the kill. But every time he misses, he gets... Yeah, he gets really bad stress, so +5.
Decimated.
A one shot, like that.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Yeah, if you add up all of his negative stress effects plus this, he's got real issues. All we can hope for is that he gets a positive virtue check. Whoa, no, 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 no. Not what I wanted to do. A lot of these abilities are kind of out of order for me. And now we've got a foreman to deal with. I'm glad his misses don't count towards that.
Soothed. Sedated.
Yeah, let's just buff. Increase the accuracy, increase the crit.
Eradicated.
Yeah, they're gonna do everything they can to stress him out. Plus 20%.
Another one falls.
We should probably remove that from him. That debuff. Could also remove the bleed. I think that's fine. Let's get that riposte active. Smack him. Damn. Yeah. So their dodge is pretty high at 28, but they have all the best equipment. Lawbringer, Gendarme's Pride, pretty sweet names.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Precision and power.
It's a lot of negative effects. Okay, here we go. We gotta deal with the big pony again. And we will once again try and get rid of the stress and the bleed. Let's protect the leper. And if we get this killed, the riposte won't matter.
Destroy them all.
What does that do? Speed and protection. Okay. He goes into stealth.
Masterfully executed.
For justice. The worst thing about this right now is that they've decided to put all the stress on our man-at-arms, so our stress-relieving tactics are not nearly as effective.
Be gone, fiend.
So for instance, like we used our Houndmaster's ability and it didn't even land. It just didn't do anything. Beyond time and space, and we're able to kind of port out of here.
Corrupted curiosities, begging for examination.
So that was just a nice heal. Shuffle the party back. If we could get a positive resolve check, that would be amazing. I've done run befores where you get items later on, especially on like the Crusader, and I think there's a few other items you can get that almost guarantee you get those types of positive resolve checks. Let's just heal. Nice. We got an 18 heal and we didn't even fill it up. That's how much HP this guy has. But it's definitely time to go for this. Let's get the riposte up before the defend, because the plow horse is probably going to attack the entire team. Now let's just go ahead and defend. It may or may not matter who we defend in these types of fights, but it will later. I could consider, I don't know what the reach is on their attacks. If they can hit people in the back line, they may not be able to at all. This is awful. We need to move the men-at-arms forward 2 spaces. At least we still have an attack. And a heal from this position. I mean, this is bad. We don't want to just pass our turn, so we need to move. Passing a turn stresses your characters out. It's almost like you're showing them that you don't know what you're doing. But I think what we need to do until we fight the boss, I think it would be prudent to... This is bad. It would be prudent to take off the types of abilities we know we're not going to use.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Just like that, he kind of undoes a lot of what we've been working towards. That's better. Okay, let's get the riposte up. Get some bleed working. And guys, if we do this successfully, this could be a long one. Let's do it. Something positive. Courageous. That's what I'm talking about.
A moment of valor shines brightest against a backdrop of despair.
That could spell good things for this run, guys. Let's guard the Vestal.
Their cursed
Perfect.
champion falls.
The horses really are the most problematic for us. Awesome. Riposte is doing work. Let's get that group heal.
A death by inches.
And we need to break these. We don't have any really good direct damage stuff that we can do.
Another
That'll work.
abomination cleansed from our lands. Back to the pit.
That was very nice. They gave us a lot of free healing too. Keep going for that stress heal. Let's guard some. Well, we're already guarding. How many more turns? Just one round. Our post is active for 2 more. Let's just use that. Don't need the heal so much. That's what I'm talking about. So guys, I wanted to talk about real quick, I just went and looked it up, if you're wondering why my commentary was slipping. I wanted to give you guys, I don't remember all the virtues effects off the top of my head, but I pulled up the list here, and I want to give you guys a quick rundown of what they are. Finish him.
Obliterated.
Didn't know we were going to do that much damage. If I did, we would have certainly hit this guy. So I pulled up, you know, Courageous. Courageous might be one of the best ones we could have asked for, period. It completely reduces stress by 33% on a character and gives him +2 speed. It also allows for him to have a 25% chance, the man-at-arm that is, of reducing all other character stress by 4. That's amazing. That's really good for a run like this that you just want longevity. It's just all about getting that longevity.
Well struck.
49. Awesome. It says fog before sunrise. And I really don't mind too much if they hurt the Vestal. Our self-healing is strong. Our riposte, unfortunately, wore off. So we're getting attacked for once because we're marked, but we don't have the benefit of riposte. One of the other ones I think that we've seen before is Stalwart. That one gives you +15% protection and then 8% death blow resist. And then it has a 25% chance to reduce the hero's own stress by 15. Which is of course still amazing. Then we have Focused, which gives you +10 accuracy and +8% crit. So really good on a damage dealer. And it says that it can also have a 25% chance to buff one other hero for 10 accuracy and 10 crit. Let's try and get the kill. Damn. Punished. Punished for my greed. Nice. Last time we completely missed with that, which felt really bad. Let's hope for some more of those kind of courageous checks there. Another one is powerful, so just straight up 25% damage. And it has a 25% chance to buff other heroes for 15% damage. And then the last one would be vigorous. So plus 4 speed, plus 10 dodge, and a 25% chance to heal self for 10% of heroes' max HP. So very good. You know what, let's just get this kill.
A devastating
Awesome,
blow.
good crit. And reset our riposte, keep it up. And we're not going to bother to use anything to get rid of that,
A decisive
blight.
pummeling.
She can keep herself up. So if we keep our stress down, the odds of us getting another positive resolve check are extremely low, of course, because we're not going to have a resolve check. But I will say the odds of us making it to the end of this
Momentary abatement.
and not having another resolve check of some sort is extremely low. Let's protect here. Nice. And he gets the kill with the riposte, so he doesn't even have to worry about the negative effects.
Resupply and recover.
And this, I don't
But
remember
be
what this
quick.
curio is. I think this is like the really big one that... Tantalizing provisions to renew our energies, plentiful bounty. So it heals everyone. It doesn't have any stress properties though. Which thankfully we don't need. But the colors have shifted to Splendorous. So Splendorous is the type of light where you want to try and go for
A fragment. A glistening
Virtue?
shard of memory.
You'll see here the effects on the party. So you basically wait until you get this light,
Blurred vision.
and then you try and let people get
The
stressed
end
out.
approaches.
And hope for these positive resolve checks. 'Cause if you can get all 4 of your people with positive resolve, it's almost impossible to lose. You can still, you know, get unlucky, lose on a boss, something like that. But the odds go way, way down. You gotta get that riposte up. There we go. It seems there are miracles, but I am no saint. Hell yeah. Okay, we take a little bit of stress from that, from missing. I was gonna say maybe we should have gone for someone with lower dodge, but he does have low dodge. We just take a turn or two to get set up. I think we're gonna absolutely crush the Miller. Let's protect the Vestal while she's low. Give her a chance to heal back up. And let's also start using Hound's Harry, which is super effective against these enemies. They all bleed. This guy is dead. Ooh, and a stun. Okay. Damn. The misses.
The slow death.
So this enemy, we haven't seen him before, the Swine
Unforgiving.
Skiver. You can tell just by looking at him, he's a higher level character. He's got stuns and movements, and he also has a debuff and a blighting ability. He's got protection and pretty high dodge, and he's fast. So he causes a lot of problems. Missing there was unfortunate. We could have gone for like an AoE heal or something. Definitely don't like whiffing every attack on the men-at-arms. Let's land this. There we go.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Big damage from the leper. Even without his buffs, he's doing great. This is probably a good turn to get this buff on. Here we go. Once again, anything that gives us stress, we got to get rid of them first.
The ground quakes.
And this thing should be dead. Wow, still not dead? Okay. Get smashed, flesh eater. So next turn it dies. And unfortunately this time we didn't have our protections up.
Falters.
Alright, take him out. No more attacks for that guy. It seems there are miracles, but I am no saint. Perfect. And let's guard the Vestal. We're going to need the Houndmaster to hit this. Very good.
Impressive.
20 damage. She rocked him. And he's dead now. And with the amount of protection that he has, those types of physical attacks do like next to nothing. Alright, a spider appears. That's a nice, easy enemy, but this is an ancient spitter. This is stronger than the ones we fought before, which is worth noting. Let's reset our riposte. Alright, well done. Really happy that they're spreading out that damage. Go for the kill here. Damn. 36 dodge. I guess we should have expected that.
Vigor is restored. Prodigious
25 on the
does
crit.
not dissuade the sharpened blade.
And now, as I said before, guys, let's just keep this crit train rolling as much as we can.
The blood quickens.
We'll do another AoE heal. That should top off 3 of our characters. And now it's just the leper who's suffering a bit. And he can just heal himself, which I think we'll take the time to do while there's only one enemy. Smack him. There we go. It's not much. The insatiable ghoul is pretty strong.
How quickly the tide turns.
Okay, we're going to want to get rid of this. Every time that triggers, it just feels super good. Okay, we want to put our defender back up. You know what, let's defend the leper. Get rid of him before he gets a chance to do anything. Let's put some big damage on this guy too if he bleeds. Oh, it's only 2 bleed. That's really crappy. And we can't pass up, for the most part, attacks with the leper. He's our primary source of damage for sure. Just try and top him off. And we'll get this retribution here. Let's just get the kill. See if we get any stress relief from that. And we do. We weren't going to kill this guy, but we'll definitely kill him now. Man, it would have been nice to get the kill. Every kill we get goes towards our shard count at the end.
A place of refuge, if only for a fleeting moment.
So here, we get to harvest our spoils. Let's take that. And I don't remember what she does. This creature does not seem hostile yet. She, I think, is the miller's wife. And I think she gives you an item. I want to say it's like a locket. I don't think you have to give her anything, like the shards. I think she just gives it to you. Okay, this woman suffers.
If
Okay,
only
she
treasure
did.
could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Yours for the taking, Mildred's locket. I've only ever, accepted that like once, because once you get it, that's it. She never appears again. So I didn't remember how the interaction took place. I didn't know if we had to take some of the shards and give it to her. But it's a keepsake. It's only for the boss fight with the miller. It says the reaping minus 100% damage taken, plus 40% blight resistance, plus 3 speed, and plus 40% damage versus the miller. So obviously really good. We should take this off the HP. I don't think we need it. And let's just give him plus 40% extra damage versus the miller. I think that's a good thing to do. And we still have all of our buffs ready. We're in great health and great stress condition. So let's just go. I think we're gonna smash him.
Rejoice at the familiar sight of mud, rain, and
Oh
ruin.
man, I don't know why. I was thinking we were gonna get to him now. Huh. Is he after this one? Okay, I guess I was misremembering, y'all. Sorry about that. I thought the Miller fight was next, which is why they were giving us the locket. It's been so long since I've done this. Can't bleed a scarecrow, but just bypassing the stealth feels nice. Keep his HP high. I don't think we're gonna use an anti-venom. The final boss in this place makes me want to hold my anti-venom as much as possible. Because if I remember correctly, he does a ton of blight. Look at him next time I hit him. I've always heard people say it looks like he's dabbing. As far as cultural phenomenons go, I really don't. I think I'm just too old. I don't get stuff like dabbing. Okay, so some heals are going to take place. We need to get rid of this guy before he can heal. I don't know what comes first, the bleed or the heal, so I'm just going to take him out. Killing that thing 2 in one shot from the leper is pretty effective. Let's just get that crit nice and high. What a weak attack. 7 damage. I'm hoping the Vestal will be able to take this out before it explodes. So it looked like the bleed came first. Good to know. And I am super glad that he doesn't get stressed out every time he misses a riposte attack. He would be unusable. His character would be absolutely awful. We would have to spend a fortune getting rid of his negative quirks. Spread the love. Need to expect him to cast more healing. Guard the leper. I think that's all these guys can hit. $59 damage. I don't know why you can't do that when we're attacking other people. Stationary crystals, though? He's all over it. Our riposte is almost up, so let's renew it. Excellent. So that bypassed his stealth, or did he just lose stealth on that same turn? I don't think it bypassed it. I think he just lost his stealth on that particular turn. Whenever I see everyone's got a little bit of damage on them, that's when I prioritize the Divine Comfort. Just the numbers make sense. I mean, healing 20 as opposed to healing 10. Man, I guess we should have
Festering fear
defended him.
consumes the mind.
Man, I expected a one-shot there and we didn't get it. And on that attack, primarily I was hoping for crits. Our Man-at-Arms just has so many good abilities that we want to use. It feels like it's hard to get around to them. Like, I would love to keep up. Maybe my rotation is bad in some way. Okay, I'll take that. But I would love to keep up all three of these buffs, the guard, the riposte. Well, let's just heal her and get rid of this guy before he attacks us. And hopefully the leper can nail this dude. Yes. And just like that, I think we're pretty much at the threshold here. He can bypass stealth, but it's not really the most powerful ability on him because he doesn't really attack.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
I'm gonna TP out of here.
Safe from the comet's maddening light. For now.
Here we get a chance to camp.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
Very good. Let's see what kind of effects we have, like Pep Talk. Let's give that to the Man-at-Arms. And Bless, accuracy and dodge. Well, we want him to have accuracy, and dodge isn't bad on him either. If he misses attacks, he gets stressed out, so... Can Pep Talk here. Remove that. And that's enough. I was going to say, I don't think it throws us right back into the fights. This is not the Miller fight, so perhaps we should change up some of our abilities. Like, we're not using bolster at all. We could have, you know, Rampart or our attack on. And I think I'm going to choose Rampart because it gives us some movement. It lets us do forward 1, which could come in handy. And definitely if we're not using these, we should have Hue. I mean, even Intimidate isn't terrible. I don't think I'm gonna, honestly don't feel like I'm gonna use any of these, so I think we'll keep that. I could also just put his bottle back on. Her abilities are fine. And I think his are too. We'll just switch everything back before we get to the boss. Alright, so now we have Gleaming. We have increased healing and bleed skill, but the enemies can crit us and cause us to bleed. We've got a reduction in stress, which is super nice. Let's go ahead and get this riposte rolling. Alright, he dragged us forward. Just go for the hits. Damn. The first few rounds are always rough. We just need to stabilize. There's a lot of little things we want to get under control. We don't want to give them too much time to set up. But these guys being eldritch, being fish people, their bleed resistance is high, which is a way we might do a little bit of AoE. Let's guard... just guard the leper. The music is intense in here. Go for a Hue. Alright, and probably thanks to Gleaming, we're able to get that bleed. But from now on, we're definitely going to want to be using our stress relieving abilities. Yeah, we need to get this thing off the battlefield ASAP. And that hurt, but it put us back in our original position. Alright, well done, man. Riposte isn't long. Definitely should not have attacked that. Should have just put a little bit of damage on the champion. It wouldn't have been much, but it would have been something. And for the full heal there. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So even a crit to go with it. And if we use Hue, he can't protect him. So his guard is useless. Okay, that's bad. And we also really need to get rid of this Tide Master. A kill there would have been excellent, but he's going to die to the bleed anyway. So I'm actually going to take a knee this turn, get us to full health, help with the stress a little bit. 25% damage on that thing. Oh no. See if we can't stun him. We could not. Okay, we've got to kill this guy, but we've also got to kill the bloated thrall. When he dies, he should move into the second position. Him casting guard on that thing is perfect. It does 13 stress as well. That's awful. And we whiff the stun. Alright, we gotta focus him. We cannot let him explode. Let's reset our... Oh, we can't. He's got guard. Well, let's defend the Vestal. We can land this stun, please. There we go. That's huge. It's very weird to me that the rotation, these things are so fast compared to everyone else, and it's going last. I would have expected it to go first to die, and then to put the bloated corpse in the front so we could hit it, but now it just totally messed us up. And we have to fight this thing, which we're really not suited to fighting. Especially not with the pelagic champion still in the field. Okay, at least he's gone. We have some somewhat decent chances to stun these guys. Let's go for it. And any chance we get with the leper to hit this guy, we need to do it over and over again. That's going to be huge bleed. Yeah. That's 30 damage worth of bleed. Okay. I'll take that. That was a great heal. Let's get ourselves buffed. We need crits, we need accuracy, we can't keep missing. Just try and bring the leper stress down.
Grievous injury, palpable fear.
And we resisted the bleed, which is great. There we go. I'll take it. Just instantly shut him down, but he's not the most dangerous guy here.
Inspiration and improvement.
Honestly, this thing is annoying as hell because if he ever gives this guy extra protection, we'll just like never be able to kill him. The protections are both 50%. That's it? Damn. 25, that's what we needed. And that's what we were worried about. That gives him even more protection and guards him. This is like a nightmare scenario. The Savage is going to do so much work. At least they have no means of healing. Let's hope we can cause bleed. There we go. Thank you, Gleaming, I guess. Ooh, they're really stacking it on him, but he's still at 43 HP. Don't stun, don't stun. Nice. Guard him. Try and stack more bleed, I guess. It's effective in this particular light.
A momentary abatement.
The stress is real. This is a crazy combination of enemies. And we're not really good at focusing down any of them. Excellent. And now they're guarding each other. Okay, I'll take a crit. It'll give me some buffs. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Is it dead? Finally? Our stress and our HP are kind of in trouble, so we're gonna take a knee there. He's dead for sure. So I was kind of hoping they would waste their turns by trying to protect him.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Alright, spread those heals around. 9, 8, and 9. That's some huge numbers for us. And if we stun him, the protection ends. For this guy. And we can handle these two easily now. And if someone else shows up, we'll already have two enemies that we can just instantly kill and kind of shift that balance of power again. So we've got the enemies on the back foot now. We managed to stabilize nicely. That stun was pretty clutch. So the same group, but this time we can kind of take these dudes out at will. Could even try for the stun there. Which didn't work, but could have been cool. Refresh our riposte. Very happy to have resisted everything. Let's go for them bleeds. Excellent. So he's dead next turn. So we don't have to worry about him at all. Or he'll just get multiple kills and call it a day. I'll take that too. Love getting crits on those.
Sedated.
Protect there. And just start getting big crits. And now we want to start getting ourselves a command buff if we can. This round is almost over though. And we get a bloodletter in the front. Big HP on that guy. Bleed, super effective, of course. And he gets extra damage while being guarded after he crits. So it's kind of nice synergy between the men-at-arms and the leper. Here though, I think we're just going to go for the stun. I'll take it. And prevent whatever damage he was going to do to us. The man-at-arms having 55% protection right now is enormous. Barristan's Head plus Book of Sanity is such a nice combo. Let's see if we can stun this thing. We did not. Should be able to... Oh, did we get the kill? We have 6. No, we only have 4 bleed. Are we going to get stunned here? We do not. Good. That's a weak bleed. Not super worried about that.
A victory.
Alright, and we're at the end now. So let's just relieve the stress. Happy to see that. It's not going to mess us up at all. Lean on me, you need not fear. And I doubt we're going to be able to kill him before the little teleporter booger shows up. Still has 21 HP. We would need the leper to land like a really huge shot. Maybe he can. 17? No, he misses. He could definitely have done that much. And here we go. Sleeper's Dream shows up and brings us out of the fight.
A closer look, perhaps?
Sure. So is this the Miller? I don't remember, y'all. I do not. But if it is, we want to change our stuff. And get all of our biggest buffs in order. Let's go. I think it is. Yeah, here we go.
Furrows of earth. Filled
So he's got
with
181 HP. He debuffed his own protection. Alright, dog treats first. So that gives us damage and accuracy for 3 rounds. We want to make the most of it. His chances to bleed are pretty much non-existent, but we can still hit him hard. Let's use Withstand first to protect ourselves. We'll use Bolster here to lower our stress and increase our dodge. And I guess we'll use the Vestal to try and clear ads. That might not be worth it though. Frozen Farmhand, I don't even remember what that does. Applied Horror, so that's rough.
the abyss.
We're going to use Laudanum on
returns
that ASAP.
Even the boldest gaze.
Guard skills are disabled. And he currently has guard up. Okay, guess we gotta kill this thing. Hopefully not having Q won't bite us in the butt.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Okay. Did I not bring Laudanum? Oh my god, I didn't bring any Laudanum. Why didn't I bring Laudanum? Okay. Well, let's use revenge. I thought for sure I had some, but I brought some versus the Shrieker, but not against.
The horror.
Not in here. I didn't bring any. Damn. Now, the leper should just be a killing machine right now. Let's further buff ourselves. Let's increase our accuracy, increase our crit. If you look at his buffs, they're incredible. Just want to hit the Miller. But we're kind of stuck behind all of his ads. We don't have great clear. Is this the same man portrayed in the locket? We'll take these crits because they'll buff the heck out of us. We're taking so much damage from him. Okay, we needed those dodges. Finally, the bolster is coming through for us. Excellent crit. Exactly where we needed it. Perfect. Keep putting the damage on the Miller. And if we can hit the Miller with the leper, we want to do that. Because it's going to do a ridiculous amount of damage. Alright, cross your fingers, guys. 34. Okay, that's good damage, but that was a weak attack. Honestly. He could have done 50, 60. A crit there, I don't even know how much damage it would have done, but it would have been enormous.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Just like that, most everyone seems to be topped off. Excellent riposts. And let's guard the leper. Because if he turns him into a crystal, I want to know whether or not it disables the guard completely, or if it just makes it so I can't use the ability. Almost a one-shot. Okay, cool. Get the buff. So 2 scarecrows, I'm not super afraid of them. Kind of defeats the purpose of a scarecrow if you're not scared of them. The Miller's so close to dead.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch.
Oh no, he's got heals now. Okay, that sucks. Post is still good. Use the command. That'll give the leper that 25% bonus from being guarded. Yeah, we need our riposte up too. Our leper just cannot hit the back line. That's our biggest problem right now. 72 damage, that's what we needed on the Miller. He would almost be dead right now if we had landed that. Well done, sir. Perfect. Even more stress relief. Come on, just one leper hit is all I want. I didn't think that the Houndmaster would be able to kill the guy in the front. If he did kill the guy in the front, it would shuffle them forward and the leper would have a chance of hitting the Miller. I just didn't think he could do it in one shot. So I felt like there was very little point in trying. Crush the Scarecrow. No more heals. 5 HP is all he has. There we go. Riposte was probably MVP there. So it's kind of giving us a chance to heal and de-stress.
Battle behind, battle ahead. But for a moment, peace.
So we get a nice stack of Comet Shards and a protective collar for the Houndmaster. So we're also going to get an opportunity to stockpile. The chest was empty. That sucks. I wonder if I could have used a key on that. I probably should have tried. Do I eat any food? I don't think so. But we definitely want to take this off. And I'm guessing we can't use bolster anymore. So let's go back to our other setup. light bends to gleaming. And right off the bat, we just get some random stress.
A waking nightmare.
Gotta get rid of this dude. Bone royalty. And of course he lands a crit on his first shot. So why wouldn't he? So our healing skills are on point now. That didn't look like it, but... let's hew to bypass the stealth. Just gotta stabilize. Obviously, we're taking a lot of damage. Let's go for the kill. Of course, we did not get it. Nice. We could use this stress relief right now. We could probably stun this dude, prevent him from attacking at all. Good. And then hew and kill them both. Last thing we want is for her to die or get a stress, a resolve check. Now the leper should be able to crit, or not crit rather, but to kill both of them. That was an excellent series of turns for us. And we should be stabilizing depending on what shows up here. So this is not a stress-heavy group. Just a very damage-dealing type group. And I point that out because if a group you're fighting is good at giving you both stress and dealing you damage, it's hard to manage both of those factors at once. But if a group is all about dealing damage, then we can focus on one type of heal or one type of stress relief. But that last group was hurting us and they were stressing us out. So like it was very difficult to combat.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
Okay, we're finally stunned. We've kind of gotten lucky in that regard. Huge crit on us, but fortunately it's on the lever. And yeah, there's definitely enough AoE damage going around. Yes. That was certainly lucky. These fiends spring forth from a madman's nightmare. And here, our riposte is still good for one round. Let's guard the Vestal. She's pretty low on HP. Let's just keep howling as well. So something I wanted to look up, which I've kind of been looking up for a second here, is if we had used a key on that chest, and we absolutely would have gotten more stuff. So that was a bit of a mistake, I'm trying to say. Oh, man. Get that riposte back to being active. Not miss this one. 49 to make up for the last miss. And now he has increased accuracy. Probably won't miss anymore. A little bit of bleed on everyone. Our Vestal's getting dangerously close to needing a stress heal. Perfect. Lean on me, he says. Can we get this? Yes. Reactivate our riposte. Get the kill. That's a double for him. Riposte has probably been MVP for us this entire run. And I don't know how much longer we're going to go on this run. Not saying we're going to leave, but I may just have to cut the video short and turn it into like a part 2. Otherwise, this is going to be, who knows how long we'll be able to keep this going.
Compassion is a
like I said,
rarity
once we get to the final boss of this
pitch
place,
of
generally that's it for my runs. I've gone beyond before, but you know, I can't sit still for hours and hours a day. Even like medically, I can't do that without going too much into my medical issues. But like, I gotta get up and move around. Nice. Get a little bit of a reprieve here. Fix our issues. Before he shows up, or it shows up and takes us out of here.
The instruments pause, but the symphony will soon continue.
Let's reorganize. And this should be a heal for everyone. And it is. So guys, I think we're going to call it here. We're going to keep going though in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed well, not the beginning of this episode. The beginning of this episode was terrible. I totally botched that fight. I don't know if we could have killed the Raven regardless. The conditions really weren't optimal. We didn't have a full team of level 6 heroes with full upgrades. We had a decent team, but when you consider how heavily we were critted, you know, the few mistakes that I made through misclicks, which I think were pretty honest misclicks, like, so when I tried to click off, you know, screen to, you know, change my orders, like, I clicked up here and it still targeted the nest down here. So his hitbox is something like this probably. Like, normally you could click up here and it, you know, you would, yeah, whatever. You get what I'm saying. So a few mistakes from me and a few just kind of wacky things, plus, you know, the RNG of the crits, made that battle much harder than it should have been. Losing Zeke sucked. We had an honest chance of killing that thing. I don't know if we'll try it again next time. I'm sure we will. We'll at least kill the nest, which we 100% could have done. But that was the risk. You know, no risk, no reward. We could have done the easy, surefire thing, and instead we went for the difficult thing. And then, you know, my waking up early in the morning and my misclicks and things, all that played against me. So I hope you still are enjoying this endless run, though. We're going to go as far as we can. We need to get as many comet shards as possible to make this worth it, because these guys are all going to take 10%. So they're already taking 40% of our current loot, which is, what, like 11 shards right off the top they're taking from just what we have in our inventory. So, and then what we've spent on shard dust as an investment to make sure we can get our best buffs in the boss battles. Like, this is going to be hopefully a lucrative run, but they're going to take a pretty big cut at the end of it. So, yeah. Not looking forward to that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming, and as always, y'all, I will see you in the next one. Take care.